All right, it's Mark DeLise here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you a new feature of the chat lead matrix. This is for the full Monty users. This is one of the premium Facebook applications that you can ever have, and this will add a new dimension to your Facebook marketing that will just explode your email list or anything that you want to do. And what you are able to do is that inside your Messenger bot, you're able to add a webhook so that you can push data to any autoresponder that you want, to Zapier, to any custom script that you want. You can push data like email addresses, phone numbers, locations, all kinds of information, Facebook pages and all kinds of stuff. So you click on JSON API connection right here. And from there, we're going to click on, and you can add multiple, by the way. So click on New JSON API Connector. And so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a Zapier app webhook, as well as a simple custom webhook. So enter your connector name. This is just for your reference. So this is going to be Zapier demo. Okay. And you go to Zapier and get the webhook URL, but I'm going to select a page. My page for this is going to be my Facebook page of video player. Keep curly. Okay, keep that. It says what field change trigger webhook. So here you can. There's a number of different triggers, and you can get the email, phone number, location, and postback ID. These are for the quick replies, and so you can do multiple. But in this demo, I'm just going to get the email. And here, which data do you want to push? Okay, do you want to push out? So here I'm going to get the first name, last name, page ID, and email address. That's it on this here. And then I need to go to Zapier and get the webhook URL. This is very simple. You just create an account at Zapier, click on Make a Zap. From here, we're going to click on what trigger. It's going to be webhook. And it says webhooks right there. And click on Catch Hook. Save and continue. And there is the webhook right there. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to put that right inside. I'm going to paste it right in there. And I'm going to save it. Okay, and I'm going to close it. And here you can come back and you can view it. And you can see that it has not been triggered yet. And we're going to do that in a minute. And from there, you can say, okay, I did this. And we're going to wait because it's waiting right there. You can see that it's working. So you just got to wait for a couple of minutes. I'll come back. You may want to come back, and I'm going to go on. I've set up a test button as well. Here's the get started. And we can just practice here. And you can see there on the persistent menu, I've done an email, a quick reply for email address on the persistent menu. And there's right there. So there's the click on the this will trigger it right here. So let me just trigger it. And so that's triggered. So we just got to wait a few minutes as it works itself out. It's doing a sample test, so I'll just pause it as this takes a couple minutes. Okay, that was fast. Okay, so here's the webhook A. You can see here I can scroll down. There is the page ID and so forth. I'm going to, it pulled it 20 seconds ago. I'm going to click on continue. It says your Zap currently lacks an action step. Add one. So here I'm going to push it to an email address. You can push it to all kinds of stuff here. So I'm going to push it to an email. Send outbound email. Set up a preview to. So I'm going to put it to markdelise@gmail.com and my Zapier test. And hi, how are you? And I'm going to say go to. Obviously, you want to do some type of promotion or whatever, right? All right. And force line breaks. So you can do show extra fields. So if you want to put a from name, chat lead matrix. I'm going to put reply to. If you want to put an email address, a different one. From there, I'm going to put a line break. I'm going to click on continue. And here's a sample, send test to email. So that's the test. All right, so there's my test, my Zapier test. There's right there. How are you? Go to Mark Delise. There's right there. And I'm going to click on finish. Name your tag. My first Zap. And your Zap is off. You want to turn it on. All right, so you can go to the dashboard, see the dashboard, and there it is right there. Okay, so now we're going to come back and we're going to come here. There might be I'm going to refresh. I might have probably got the first one that we did. So it got the first one. And you can see here that it's triggered. It's got the email address. But I'm just going to show you how it does it again. So I'm going to trigger it again. And subscribe to newsletter. And I'm going to go over there. Okay, so it's gone to Zapier. And you can see if I come back and if I refresh this here, you'll see a second one here. Let me open it up. So there's the second one. And it says the HTTP code. If it's 200, that means it's successful. Successful is 200. And so let me just check my email once again. And it worked again. See that? So because the second trigger worked, and it works great. Okay, it just happened a second ago. So that's how you do Zapier. The next one we're going to do a custom. We're going to do a custom webhook. So I'm just going to simply, you can add a multiple here, but I'm just going to delete that because I'm not going to use that. And here you can grab a new one, and I'm going to call it custom. Now, once again, you can add it. You can push data to any script that you want, or software to any autoresponder that you want. You know, just go to Upwork, for example, and hire a coder. And for 25 bucks, you can push all of your leads to GetResponse or Aweber. Or it's very simple to do coding for this. So enter your webhook URL, and I'm going to get my page is going to be video player, and I'm going to grab the email. I'm going to grab the first name, last name. I'm going to grab the post subscribed at, or it doesn't matter, page name, page ID, email address, any labels or user I can grab. But I'm just going to click on save, but I need to get the webhook URL. And what I've done here, very simple. This is your FTP software, and just in the main directory I put a file and I called it JSON API hook. But you can just call it webhook.php. So I just created a simple file inside Notepad or any text editor that you have, and I just simply put this line of code right there to get contents. And what it's going to do is going to create a file. It's going to create a file. It's going to be a text file, and it's going to put the data, the email addresses and first name and last name in a text file like that. Or you can push it to Google Docs, to a spreadsheet, to an autoresponder. You can push it to anything that you want. And so I put the file contents simply in a text file and close the PHP tag, and I put that on my root directory, but you can put it anywhere. And so I'm going to come back here, and it says webhook URL, and so there it is right there. So make sure you do not use www. So you want to take out the www and just have it on your directory, and you can put it in a subfolder or wherever you want. And I'm going to use the video player once again page, and I'm going to click on save. Okay. And now you'll see that if I look at the data, there's last triggered is none, because this is a new connection. So now I'm going to go to the you'll see my FTP, and there's no text file, but it's going to create one. See that automatically. So if I go to my page here, and if I click on subscribe to newsletter, you'll see that when I click on this trigger here, if I click on my email address, it's going to, this is a quick reply. So now if I go to my my connector, and if I just refresh this here, you'll see if I view it, it says there's last trigger, is this trigger now. And if I view it, there's the data right there. It's 200, so successful. And there's the webhook that I created. You can create that, you can just call that webhook, PHP, whatever you want. And there's the information, my email address, page name, video player, page ID, all the data that you pushed. Now, if I go to the my FTP client and I just refresh, you see that it created a text file. So if I open that up, you see it put it inside the text file. You see that? And you can push this to autoresponder. You can push it to Google Docs or Excel spreadsheet. You know, to anything that you want. Anything that you want to push it to, you can easily custom code it. And anybody with a simple PHP knowledge can create a webhook file for you and push that data anywhere that you want to go. So thank you. This is a really good endless possibilities. You can push the data to autoresponders, to softwares, to Zapier, to all kinds of cool places, to email addresses. Really, really cool, very, very powerful. And the sky is the limit now with Messenger with the JSON API connector. Thank you.